So you've done your research and hopefully you've watched my previous 4 videos leading up to this 5th one in the Gap Year mini-series, and now you've decided to take a gap year but as an au pair. Congratulations! In this video I'm going to tell you how to become an au pair. Let's go. Hey, what's up, future au pairs? So this is one of the questions that I get asked the most, and I thought it was the most fitting to end off my Gap Year mini-series with this video. It's going to be split into 2 different parts: how to become an au pair in America and how to become an au pair in other countries in the world. Regardless of whichever country you want to au pair in, there are some requirements, and they are as follows. You need to be between the ages of 18 and 26 to be an au pair in America, but to be an au pair in other countries, you need to be between the ages of 18 and 30. And that's more or less the age range. Have a good understanding of English for majority of the countries, but there are certain countries where you're going to need to have a basic understanding of the native language of that country. So if you're going to go to France, you need to have a basic understanding of French. You need to have completed high school. For America, you need to have a driver's license. You need to be able to pass a background check, so no criminal record. For the American au pair program, you need to be able to commit to 1 full year in the program. And for other countries, it kind of just depends on how long the host family wants you. So it could be 3 months or even 6 months or whatever. For America, you need to have at least 200 childcare hours as a female. And for a male, it's 500 childcare hours. But when it comes to other countries, it kind of just depends on how much experience your host family would want you to have. You need to be healthy without any chronic illnesses. And you need to be single, not married, and have no children of your own, obviously. Otherwise, be the au pair for your own kids. So you've decided that you want to become an au pair in America. Great. Your first step is to choose an au pair agency. The au pair program is regulated in America, and what this means is that the only way to become an au pair is if you go through a registered au pair agency. This is because they will be the ones to sponsor your J1 visa. You are not allowed to become an au pair through some random family on Facebook. Trust me, this does happen quite a lot. Not that it works, but that these host families try and do this. My next video will be about au pair scams and what to look out for so that you can avoid them. You're going to want to be subscribed so that you do not miss out on this video. This is why you're going to need to join an agency that is part of IAPA, the International Au Pair Association. Follow the links in the description to find an agency which works with your country. I think there's about 15 different agencies in America that you can go with. Some of the more well-known agencies are Au Pair in America, Experts Au Pair, Au Pair International, Go Au Pair, and Cultural Care Au Pair. But there are so many agencies, so I suggest to you that you should look around. Agencies can differ on price and the amount of families that they have in their pool. A large agency would be better if you happen to go into rematch, so then the likelihood of you finding a new family and matching with a new family is a lot higher with a larger agency as opposed to a smaller agency. But don't neglect the smaller agencies. I was with a smaller agency after all, and I had no problems whatsoever, and I had an amazing experience. Usually smaller agencies have better customer service, so that's always one thing just to keep in mind. Also, try to look into Facebook groups and other forums and ask on there with other previous au pairs how was their experience with that given agency and see what they have to say about it. There's no such thing as a perfect agency, by the way. Just like there's no perfect host family and there's no perfect au pair. But there is a perfect au pair YouTube channel, so like and subscribe. Once you've chosen an agency, then you'll need to apply to them to see that you meet all the requirements. And if you do, then you'll need to register with them and then begin your application process. Next is making your profile. In your profile, you'll say a little bit more about yourself, like your hobbies, your interests, and so on. But most importantly, you'll need to elaborate on your childcare experience. Once that's done and you've filled and collected other important documents like your police clearance form and your childcare references, and you've paid any other applicable fees to the agency, that's when your profile will go live and you'll start receiving interview requests from families. I'm not sure how it works with all agencies, but with my agency, I had to wait to receive interview requests from interested families. I couldn't just go and swipe left and right on different families like I was on Tinder. Although that does sound like a pretty cool idea. But once you get your first interview request, that's when you get to see the family's profile and you can decide from there if this is a family who you would like to get to know better, and that's when you schedule a Skype call. You do not have to respond and speak to every single family, but I would suggest that you give all families a chance. If families like you, they might schedule another call with you, and at some point they'll ask if you would like to match with them. Pro tip, do not match with the first family that you speak to. Thank me later. Once you match with the family, that's when the next step in the process begins. This is where you're going to need to schedule and go to your visa interview. This is probably the scariest step in the whole process. If you would like me to make a video about the visa interview process, then give this video a like and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on it. After your interview, you'll know there and then if it was approved or not. That's when you let your agency know what the result is and they can start making the arrangements for your flights. With some agencies, you'll go to the training school in New York for about a week, but my agency never did it that way. We had to do a whole online course before we even left on our flight, and it's basically the same thing as going to the training school, except that it's just done all online. Once that's done, it's just a matter of time. You literally just sit until the day when you leave. In the meantime, you can pack your bags, and there's also a pre-departure project that you have to do with some agencies. I don't know exactly what you have to do, but I think it's for the training school. I never had to do it, so yeah. I did make a what to pack for your au pair year video, and I'll link that up here and in the description. And I would highly suggest that you watch that before you start packing your bags. And another thing that many au pairs do before they leave is that they get gifts for their host family from their home country. And so I did a video about this. I'll link it up here and in the description below. So if you want to do that, then definitely check out that video and it will help you out. And now you're finally ready to start your au pair adventure. So when it comes to becoming an au pair in other parts of the world, you're not really going to join an agency, but you're going to want to join an au pair matching website like Au Pair World or Au Pair Butterfly. I'm only mentioning these two because I've produced videos for them in the past. The way that it works is that you're going to register on your chosen website and then create a profile. Your profile is going to include all of your information. So more information about yourself, your interests, your hobbies, what is the age of the children that you're wanting to look after, why do you want to become an au pair in the first place, photos of you with your family and your friends, your childcare references, your childcare experience, and possibly a video so that families can hear you speak and just see a little bit of your personality. Next, there will be some form of search functionality where you can search based off of your preferences. So you can search for families in certain countries or with a certain number of kids. Your next step is to slide in those DMs. No, not like that. If the website has some form of messaging functionality, then use that, but otherwise just use the email that the family provides. Tell them that you're interested in them and that if they're interested in your profile, you would love to speak to them further. I will leave the links to my previous videos regarding Skype interview tips and questions to ask during your Skype interview up here and in the description below, so you're going to definitely want to check out those videos. Oh, and one more thing, do not match with the first family that you speak to. Thank me later. The next step will be to agree on all the things regarding your au pair stay, such as when your contract will start and end, your schedule, how much you'll get paid, and any rules they have for the house, etc. Make sure that you read through everything and that you thoroughly understand it. And if you do and you agree to it, then you sign it. But if there is something which you are not happy with, you need to bring it up there and then. Don't bring it up 2 months down the line when you're already there and you're already there au pair, and you bring it up because you're not happy with it when you knew that you weren't happy with it in the first place. Your final step is preparing for your au pair stay. There's still so much that you need to do before you start your au pair adventure. You may need to get a visa and go through that whole process. Your flights will need to be booked or another form of transportation to get you to your host country. You need to decide where you and the family are going to meet. And then you're going to need to decide on everything that you're going to take with you in your bags. I'll link my what to pack for your au pair stay up here and in the description below for you so that you don't forget anything and you know only the important things to pack. And now you're finally ready to start your au pair adventure. Woohoo! So now that you know exactly what to do to become an au pair, what are you waiting for? The adventure of a lifetime awaits you. Oh, and one last thing before you head out on your au pair journey. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you have all the information, advice, tips, and tricks so that you can have the most successful time as an au pair. Like this video if you enjoyed it and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the whole process of becoming an au pair. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one and best of luck. Bye.